Scary Harry Gary here with another interesting piece of fruit we're about to dig into. This will be the second one I've ever had in my life, maybe the third. But I just got back from Florida and I have something special for you. I have the national fruit of Cuba right here. This is the Mamey Sapote. The botanical name is Puderia Sapote. And hopefully I said that correctly, but that's how it's spelled. And yeah, this is actually a berry, if you can believe it, a giant big berry. This thing's gotta weigh 2 pounds right here. And it's off this beautiful tropical tree. It's native to Central America and southern Mexico. And I don't know if it's native to Cuba, but the Cubans love it so much that it's their national fruit now. And I was told when I was looking at this thing, I'm like, how come I've never seen this in the stores or anything? In Florida, it's everywhere. There's massive orchards of these things. And I was asking these guys, I'm like, who buys all these puderias or sapote, mamey sapote? And the guy's like, oh, Cubans go crazy on them. They pay a lot of money for them. I'm like, really? Wow, what a trip. But it's this beautiful tropical tree. You can go from anywhere from, when it's mature, it can be anywhere from 50 feet tall. That's really tall, right? Up to 150 feet tall. You can notice my voice is a little raspy because I got suckered into giving a big talk to the South Bay UC Master Gardeners group, 2 hours straight on the Zoom. So my throat's a little bit dry. But anyway, the skin on this thing is a little kind of like sandpaper-ish, maybe kind of like a fuzzy peach, a little sandpaper-ish. The sandpaper sort of wears off after you take it off the tree, so now it's rather smooth. And here's a big giant stem it was hanging from. And yeah, it's just a really beautiful tree. I don't have the tree here. Maybe I'll put a couple pictures in the video from the web to show you what the tree looks like. And we'll talk a little bit about possibly growing the tree later. And right now I've got my filming buddy, Blake.
Yeehaw.
There he is. And I promised him if he filmed me doing this, I would, it's hard to do this with, one hand here and one hand here, that I would give him some mamey sapote. Blake, Blake, you're gonna love this puderia.
That's a big fella. For a berry, that's insane.
Yeah, it's a berry. Okay. Here we go. Let's open it up. This is pretty incredible. One thing you're supposed to know, if you're picking this thing, you need to break a little skin off. And even if it's hard, as long as it's kind of orange on the inside, like that, then you know it's ripe and ready to eat. It's kind of like an avocado where it starts out hard on the tree. And then as it comes off the tree and it ripens up just like an avocado and it gets softer and softer and softer. And look, it's gonna be a little bit like an avocado when we bust it open. The seed's probably gonna be germinating in the inside of this thing already. Oh boy. Come on, baby. Look at the color.
That's exotic.
Look at the color. I probably shouldn't have worn a red shirt. We need more contrast. But you can see it's kind of like an avocado. It's got this big seed in the middle here.
Yeah, the big pit.
Yeah, and it's sort of the texture is sort of the same. Now, I've heard of well, let's talk about the taste description after Blake tries it and see what he could come up with his creative faculties. And so there's just a ton of fruit here. And it does look a little bit like a cantaloupe. I mean, look at that. Does that look like a cantaloupe, Blake?
For sure.
Yeah.
Mix of an avo and a cantaloupe.
Yeah. So does it peel? I don't think so. I think you just have to cut it out right here. And
nice fillet.
throw that on to Blake's plate right there. And I can cut it in little pieces, or you can just go right here. There. Go watermelon style.
Kind of fleshy, not as juicy as you would think, but yeah, a good comparison between a cantaloupe and an avocado.
Yeah?
Got a good exotic taste, not like juices in your mouth, like when you bite into a cantaloupe, but more like meaty, like an avo, but got the more fruity, like exotic kind of taste.
So can you describe the taste compared to other things? See, I've read about what people say, and I'm like, oh yeah, I see that, so I can explain it. But you don't know anything about this. You're coming in cold, so it'd be interesting to see, like, what do you compare that taste to?
I couldn't put a word on it.
All right, I'm gonna try it for you and see.
Yeah,
what you
give
think.
me a hint, and then maybe my brain can start making some
Pumpkin
connections.
pie.
Yep.
You like that? All right.
Yep.
Apricot.
More pumpkiny.
More pumpkiny. Cinnamon.
Not as much cinnamon, but I could see that.
Okay. What about like
Pumpkin pie for sure.
yeah, pumpkin pie really is the best description of that right there. All right, now it's my turn. Of course, I've already tasted it before. But let's talk about this thing. I mean, look how smooth it goes. It's just like the consistency of an avocado. Exactly. And the density of an avocado. Apparently, it has all kinds of carotenoid, color, carotene, all those really good things for your health. And it just seems like it's a really dense, rich fruit. This seems like the kind of fruit that, a lot of times you get like an orange. It's really just a little bit of pulp and all sugar. And an avocado is the opposite. It has all this complex fats and everything. And it's a really good pure food for you. Whereas an orange is really just a sugar high. This seems like more of a pure food. I'd have to do some more research, but it just intuitively it seems like that because of the density, and I bet it's got some fat in it. Here we go. Oh yeah. What about papaya, Blake?
Yeah, papaya.
A little bit of papaya?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So anyway, I did some research. The trees are beautiful. They're really beautiful tropical looking trees, beautiful leaves on them, very exotic looking. And there are people in Southern California growing them and some people that have fruited them in Southern California. So I'm gonna give it a shot down at the San Diego place. And if you can grow it, in Southern California, you do have a shot of growing it in Northern California, given the right microclimate. Just like mangoes will grow in Southern California pretty well, and they'll also grow in Northern California in front of a big hot wall, with a little bit of protection in some of the better microclimates. So I would expect that somebody's going to be growing this up in the Bay Area, and when they do, you need to let me know so I can come by and make a video, and ideally you'll have some fruit we can pick and see if it can stand up to this beautiful Florida fruit. That's it. Let's see. Mamey, Sapote, the Budaria.
Oh yeah.
Sapote.
That's a nice one.